This conference will now be recorded.
When you're coming to the scenarios like flowchart scenario, flow statement or control statement scenarios, we have different examples we are going through so that you can decide which kind of control statement you can use it in what scenario. So there is another example for us: program to accept marks of 5 different subjects and compute the total and the percentage. So I want to know the sum of the total 5 subjects, and I also need to know whether the person got first grade, second grade, or third grade as per the criteria. Now, to get the scores, I used subject 1 equal to 90, subject 2 is 80, subject 3 is 75, subject 4 is 60, and subject 5 is 85. So, if you observe here, instead of writing in 5 different rows, I just written in single row by separating with semicolons. If I separate with semicolons, that means the system treats all 5 are different variables. Now, to get the total sum, I just use the total S1 to S5. So the values whatever I have it when I stored in S1 to S5 will be summed together and stored in total. Now to get the percentage, I used total by 5 because 500 is the total sum, by 500 multiply with 100. So I got my percentage. But our intention is to decide whether the person received first grade, second grade, or third grade. Now for that we used a if condition, if else condition. So if the percentage, whatever you have, whatever you get it from this PER is greater than or equal to 70, then I merit as first class. If this condition fails, then it's going to second condition, else if percentage is greater than or equal to 60, then second class. If percentage is greater than or equal to 35, then I merit as third class. Else, the last one, if first 3 conditions are not satisfied, finally I want to give a result as print fail. So when you run it, you can see the total marks was 390 and percentage 78. So he is getting us first class. Any questions on this? From anyone? Giri or Ramani?
I'm good.
For assignment purpose, I want to do some modification in the same kind of program. I don't want to give the hardcore numbers here. I want you people to give a user input. So right now 90, 80, 75, 60, 85, all these are hard coded numbers, right? We cannot modify unless until if I'm coming back to program. But my intention for assignment is the user has to have an option to enter 5 different subject numbers. System has to calculate the total. System has to calculate the percentage. It has to display which grade he belongs to. Clear?
Yeah,
And once you complete that, again we will go to drill down. Why? How to decide yourself as a 5 subjects? The user has to decide number of subjects. Are getting my point? So if I enter 4, system has to accept only 4 subjects. If as a user entered, I want to enter 10 subjects marks. When he entered 10, system has to accept 10 subjects. Are getting my point? I don't want to restrict myself to 5.
yes, Amar.
So how you create a nested loop for the same example? I'm giving the examples very simple one, but I'm expecting to do the assignments on nested ifs or something more. Clear? Any questions?
No, Amar.
Giri, what about you? When you practice, you can able to. If you're not practicing, you will not get it.
No,
The next statement, control statement, is while loop. So while loop executing set of statements for repeated number of times or multiple number of times. Generally, when you come to Python, Python will execute from the top to bottom each and every condition only once. But what if you want to execute the program multiple times? Means you have an option to go with while loop also. The syntax what you can do is while, if the condition satisfied something like x equal to 10, and in the condition you are giving x double equal to 10, then if the condition satisfied, then the within the while loop, what are the conditions you maintain as a block will be executed until the condition satisfied. So increment or decrement, you're going to give the condition. All these conditions will be executed the number of times how you decided. So all the statements within the while loop should be follow the indentation. As I told you, the space is going to be an indentation. If you're not giving the indentation, system will show an error, or assuming that the statement is not part of your while control statement. If the while condition is true, then statement within the while loop will be executed until the condition becomes as false. So till the condition is satisfied in a while condition, within the block, the statements whatever you have it, nothing but a subset of program will be executed. Whenever it turns to false, the conditions become as false, then the while statement will be stopped. When the condition becomes as false, the control comes out of the block, as I told you that. So an example, I have x equal to 1. Some number is assigned to x, while x is less than or equal to 10. So this is my condition. So 1 is less than or equal to 10 means it's true. Agreed with that. So print x. I want to display 1. Then x plus equal to 1. As I told you, we can able to give the expressions. So x plus equal to 1 is nothing but x equal to x plus 1. So increment. So this increment will be repeated 10 times. The reason is the while condition will re-execute the same program till it becomes as false. So first time 1, again x is become as 2. Again it will go to while condition. So 2 is less than or equal to 10. It's a true. So print x. Nothing but 2 is going to display. Again the x will become as 3. Again going back to while condition. 3 is less than or equal to 10. Is a true. So again the program will be executed. So this exercise will be repeated till the condition satisfies. So when x becomes as 10, 10 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, agreed. So it will be executed. In the next iteration, x becomes as 11. So 11 is not less than or equal to 10. So it's become as a false. System is coming out of the block. So finally, the print statement says that program completed. So if you observe here, the indentation is starting from the exactly the location of the while and print both are in the same location. That says that print is not a block of while. It is outside of the while program. Clear? Now you can see here in the blue color line 1 to 10 it has been displayed print x, and finally when the program is completed, I just printed program completed. Just for making you understand, I'm just changing the position of the print statement from the starting position to within the block. What will be happen means this program completed will also print for 10 times. You can see 10 times it got printed because the indentation, the space is going to be decide whether the line is a part of within the block or outside the block. Is it clear what I'm trying to say?
Yes, Samar.
Any questions from anyone?
No.
Similarly, I want to print a message multiple times. Then x equal to 1, while x less than or equal to 10, print good morning and give an increment, program completed. So this is the thing what we learned. Finding the sum of first n numbers. I want to find out first n numbers in the sense. So n numbers means that is a user input. I don't know what is going to be the number. So input of enter n numbers, and whenever you are taking a user input, that will be data type is going to be string, and I supposed to convert as integer, so I just use integer. I'm storing into n. I don't know n. That is user input. So x equal to 1. Initially, I'm taking x value as a 1. The sum value, since I not initiated at all, so sum is going to be 0. So sum equal to 0. Now I'm going to maintain a condition while x is less than or equal to n, sum equal to sum plus x. Sum equal to sum plus x. So sum value initially 0 and x value is nothing but initially first time it is going to be 1 and x plus equal to 1. So this iteration will be continue till the n x value is less than or equal to n till it's satisfied. When it becomes false, it will be outside of that. So system is going to display sum value equal to sum. Now when you see sum value 5, when I entered 5, system is written as 15. Clear?
Yes, MR.
Now, what is the difference between previous example while condition x less than or equal to 10 and here x less than or equal to 10 in the sense? In the previous example, the number whatever I have in x, I displayed it. It is not meaning that the same number has to display. You can display any code. So in this example, instead of displaying x, I written my own code, my own string, or my own expressions, or my own program. I displayed it. Say good morning is repeated 10 times. So what is happening? For an example, there might be a chance you're supposed to work in such a scenario. You are going to run an infinity loop. Infinity loop. Infinity loop means there is no end for that. It will be continued till you kill the program. I want to break the program whenever certain condition is satisfied. So I want to execute 1 million records or 100 petabyte data. Wherever I satisfied my first record, some record is satisfied, I want to break my program search. Those scenario, I can go for break statement. So break statement, whenever we use break statement, what is this? Whenever we use break statement, console will come, not console, it's a console. Type of mistake. I was sleeping and while typing. So will come out from the block and so just correct yourself. It's a console. So whenever we use a break statement, console will come out of the block and statement after the break are not going to be executed. So there is a catch here. If the condition is satisfied, the program is going to be terminated there and it will be come out from the console window. Second thing is what is the sub program you have after the break will not be executed. For an example, x equal to 1, I have it while true. While true in the sense the conditions by default are given as infinity loop. So this condition by default is a true. That means it's unlimited infinity statement. It will be execute without stopping. Print hello. So the system is going to display hello, just for our understanding purpose. See, there is no end. It's just going like that because the condition is never become as false. So I have to kill purposefully. But my intention is It is this. Darkest. So my intention is, if I want to break this statement for certain reason, then what I can do is I can maintain within the while loop, I can maintain some control statement to control my entire block. Now you can see, if x double equal to 5, x double equal to 5 is nothing but I'm going to be decide whenever the x become as 5, I want to break it. I want to break it. Now let me show you. Where is this? Yeah. And if you see the indentation, I'm just writing here, if x double equal to 5, whenever the system become as 5, break. Are getting my point? Break I'm using.
Yes, sir.
Now print program completed. Something, whatever message you want to display. Now x equal to, either this way you can write, or x plus equal to 1 also you can write. You can see here, hello is displayed. I don't want 5 times to be displayed. Now you can see 5 times it got displayed. I have a restriction as 5, so it got displayed only 5 times. Then the system is coming out of the block, from the while block, and displayed program completed. So you can see program completed. Now my requirement is, what if I write something here after the break? Print break statement executed. Will it be executed here? This print will not be executed. The reason is, the functionality is, the any kind of subset of program is available after the break will not be considered. It will not be displayed, or it will not be executed at all. So instead, do it like this. You can see break statement executed. Now you can able to see. So any code which is available before the break statement will be executed. After the break statement will not be executed. Did you find the difference between this one and this one? This one, the print statement is applied after the break statement, and in this one, the print statement is applied before the break statement. That is the reason you can see the print whatever I written here is available here. Since the print statement in this scenario is applied after the break statement, so it's not displayed, it's not executed. You got the difference when to apply, when not to apply?
Yes, sir.
Now there is one more concept here. You can see x equal to 1, while true, print hello, break statement break. The same thing I just mentioned here. While else. So while else is just an advance to while only. When the condition is satisfied, it will execute the code. When the condition is false, the system is coming out of the block. But when you come to while else condition, if the condition is satisfied, nothing but true, it will execute the true block. If the while condition is not satisfied, nothing but a false, it will execute the else block. The concept is same, no changes. So x equal to 1 while x less than or equal to 10. So this is true. So print x value, saying that some statement I mean x value is less than 10. X equal to x plus 1. So I'm giving the increment so that the x value will be increased. So what is happening means x value is 1, so till it becomes as 11, true statement will be executed. After that, it will be turned into false. Automatically else statement will be executed. That shows that while else statement, generally we have an option to execute true statement as well as false statement. We have an option. I'm not telling mandatory. But when you coming to first statement or if statement, it can be executed either one. But here both can be executed. So x is less than or equal to 10. 10 times it got executed in the blue color, which you can see, and one time it shows that x is greater than 10, and program completed. Clear? But your condition is whenever certain condition satisfied while executing true statement, you want to take a break. So within the while statement also I executed break, and that break is turned into your else statement, means not satisfied. So I don't want to execute the else statement here. I want to execute only the true statement. Whenever it's satisfied, just come out. So while x is less than or equal to 10, print x value. If x equal to 5, I'm just comparing x equal to 5, then take a break. When you take a break, the entire program will be terminated and the block will be, the console will come out from the while block. That means else block is not going to be executed at all, because you don't have x equal to x plus 1 becomes 11. There is no concept of x equal to x plus 1 equal to 11. It got out by 5 only. So else block will not be executed. Any questions? There is one more concept called skip statement. Skip statement generally, the function name is continue. I can say skip in the sense continue. So only it will be executed for every iteration, excluding wherever the condition is satisfied. So if you see here, while x less than or equal to 10, I have x equal to 0, x is less than or equal to 10, x equal to x plus 1. That means I'm taking x value as a 1 as my first step itself. And wherever it's satisfied, the condition, if condition, just continue. Continue in the sense, the particular condition wherever it's satisfied, it will not be displayed. And wherever it is not satisfied, it will be continued. The program will be continued. So since the continue is satisfied at 5, the subsequent program will not be executed. Wherever it's not satisfied, x equal to 1 or x equal to 2 or x equal to 10, wherever the program is not satisfied, the entire program will be executed. You can see here x value is 1, x value is 2, x value is 3, and so on. So everything will be executed, but excluding wherever the if condition is satisfied. So that is the functionality of your continue. Continue is nothing but it will continue for all the iterations, but wherever the if condition is satisfied, it will skip that particular program. Clear?
Yes, Samar.
Similarly, like break statement, continue statement also you can use it for while else and continue. So x equal to 1 while x less than or equal to 10, x equal to x plus 1 for an increment purpose I'm giving. Wherever the if condition is satisfied, I want to be continue. That means the below conditions or statements are not going to be executed. And wherever the condition is not satisfied, it will be executed for everything. Now if you observe here, when it comes to break statement, the program got terminated and finally the else statement is not executed. But in the current scenario, when you use continue scenario, it executed from 1 to 10. Also else statement, x value is greater than 10. So that is also executed. The only one thing is which is not executed is x equal to 5. So you can see x value is 5 is not there. Hope you are clear. So break and continue. Can I use both together? Break and continue. In the sense, yes, there are scenario where you can use break and continue also. So while condition is true, that means I'm taking an infinity condition. So there is no end for my loop. I'm asking a user to enter his username. Maybe when I come into some Gmail authentication or Yahoo authentication or your own company email ID authentication. So I'm asking the user to enter the username. System is going to store that username in a variable called username. If username not equal to which is available in my database, right now I just taken my own name, but the system is going to check the username whatever you entered in that one database particular column. If that is not equal to so and so, then continue. That means skip it. And password equal to input of enter the password. So when the user enter the password, if it matches to so and so, then break the program, nothing but infinity loop, and just give display access is granted. Let me show you that. Now you can see here I have a while condition, which is nothing but infinity loop. Infinity times the block will be executed. So input of enter the username. So it's a string and it's going to be stored in a username. And if username not equal to whatever I stored in my database in username column is not equal to so and so, then skip. That means the program will be skipped. Again, it will go for next iteration. Then, if in case if it's equivalent to Amar, then the system is going to ask what is your password. If my password is equal to so and so, then break, just terminate the program and say that you got access. So just let me run this one. Enter your name. I'm not giving Amar, I'm just giving test. Again, I'm giving something else. Again, I'm giving something else. Since I used continue, system is skipping the program and it's going for next iteration. It will continue till I give Amar. When I give the Amar, system is asking the password. So when the system is asking my password, enter the password. If it's equal to the my password which I stored in my database, I'm just entering something else. System will break the program. System will break the program, and it'll come out to. It'll continue with username. So system has access granted. So I can use if state continue and break together in one single program. Clear? Any questions?
Good, Amar.
Now there are some scenarios you may require to give some empty blocks. Empty blocks in the sense I don't want to write any syntaxes within the sub blocks. For an example, in the current scenario, you can see x equal to 10, y equal to 10. If y is greater than 10, some condition written, I just want to give empty block. There is no conditions itself, and else there is no conditions. So what is happening means, as per functionality of Python, you have to enter something, but nothing is there. It's just an empty field. So system is going to say indentation block, expected an indentation block. So to avoid that, what I can do is I just type pass. When I pass, that means we're trying to skip the particular, we're trying to say that that is an empty block. So system is not going to give any error for us. Pass is nothing but empty field, empty area. Hope you are clear. Similarly, yeah, for loop. For loop is going to be execute a set of statement for every element within the collection of objects. For example, I have a set of values which I stored in X. So 10 to 50, I have some set of values and stored into X. Print X comma type of X. System is displayed. It is a list because it's a collection of variables, and system displayed 10 to 50 all the values. Now I want to display one after one. So I'm going to use for. You can give any temporary variable like I in X. X is nothing but a collection of variables what I have. I in X print I. That's all. System is going to display 10 to 50. 10 to 50. Not only the values, data type like list, you can also take a string. So I've just taken number. So for I in number, print I. System displayed each letter from the string, and it displays each value. So A, M, A are separately. Now there might be a chance instead of displaying 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 separately in each row, I want to display one after one. So you can use the end condition. So when you are printing, end equal to space. So system is going to display 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So if you give the end equal to in quotation comma, then it will be separated with comma. The special character whatever you are going to give. Similarly, for an example, by using a for loop, I want to display the square of the inputs. So you can see I have x equal to 10 to 50. For I in x, y equal to I multiply I, print y. So system is going to take each element from the x value. So first time it's going to take 10 from the x, and it's going to square it. So 10 into 10 is going to be 100. It will be stored in y, and it display y. So it's going to be 100. 20 into 20, it's going to be display as y. So it's going to be 400, and so on. So that is why 100 to 2500, you got it in the left hand side, blue color. It's not only that always I need to take the values and the same values I have to display means no. The values are going to be used for iteration purpose. So you can display different information, or you can execute different program itself. So I have the values from 1 to 5, and I'm going to take iteration from 1 to 5, and I'm displaying 5 times Amarnath. So you can see 5 times Amarnath. So there is no relation of your value to the execution of the code. Still, I'm executing 5 times because this iteration I can able to do the for iteration I can do it for 5 times. Any questions, Giri and Yamini?
No.
So we will block for the day, and tomorrow we'll continue with some more